Omaha, so appreciate the flexibility and the support there. Really excited to jump right in here and talk with Glenn over at, Alton
Yes,
Glenn
Alton
at
Glenn.
Movie Night Houston. So welcome to Biz Talk with Sherman.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. Awesome. It's a great experience to be on your show.
Oh, well, welcome. So tell us a little bit about what you guys are doing there at Movie Night Houston.
Sure, absolutely. So recently, Valentine's Day weekend, we opened up a drive-in movie theater. It's called Movie Night Houston. And essentially, we are serving the community in our area for basically a nostalgic pastime that is really coming back, and it has really grown a lot of popularity in the past, I would say, year or so, just because of the pandemic. But then also, we feel outside the pandemic as it kind of hopefully dissipates. I think there's a lot of people that do want to go out. And we're essentially serving that community there.
That's wonderful. So for anyone that's not familiar with the drive-in theater, what's it look like now if I bring my car there, watch from the theater? What's that experience like?
Sure. It's an awesome experience. One thing is it's really like no other. A lot of people think of, hey, I'm going to go watch a movie in a movie theater. And it really is a totally different experience. I mean, one thing that's obvious is you stay in your car, right? In your car, you're basically watching a huge movie screen. We actually have a 40-foot movie screen wide. And what you do is you're in the car. We do have a concession stand, so you can go ahead and grab your snacks, prep up. We do have people that come in their trucks, what they're allowed to do is come back into the movie and kind of set up the whole shebang. It's crazy what people come with blankets and Snuggies, and they come in their pajamas and all that. So basically, they come, they watch the movie. All the audio is actually played. We've upgraded a little bit. It used to be those little hand radios.
That's right.
Now
that you put on your window.
Yep, exactly. Correct. Yeah. Now we've upgraded from that a little bit, right? So it actually plays all through your radio.
Wow. Okay.
So basically, you just tune to a certain radio station, and you're able to tune up and down the volume to your liking, which is awesome. A lot of people, like I said, they do set up chairs and whatnot around their area there, and they'll turn the radio up loud, and they can hear everything. They can see it's a beautiful screen, and they enjoy the show. All the classic movies. We play a little bit of newer movies as well, but majority we play classic, hard-hitting movies that were great for generations and also generations to come. I mean, a classic is a classic.
Well, that's the wonderful thing about it, right? There's certain movies that were made and created that were made for big screen, and a 40-foot screen is massive.
Yes, it is huge, and it was definitely a struggle to get up. But once we got it up, it's golden. It's an awesome experience.
And so the nice thing is that if you're familiar with movie theaters, and no downside to them right now, but you're still having to do the social distancing, right? You're still having to wear a mask when you're viewing, unless you're consuming food. So a lot of times it can have that a little bit of uncomfortableness that I'm still being very aware that I'm not watching a movie at the normal time. So this can take you back to that. Hey, I'm in my car, mask off, I can relax and enjoy myself.
Correct. That's the huge thing, and that's where the experience kicks in is being able to watch the movie in a comfortable place that you're familiar with, as well as not having to worry about who's next to you, who's being loud, and really engage in the full experience of the movie.
And so I see that, Jonathan, for those that are viewing, you can see that he's pulling up a list of some of the upcoming shows there. We got Spider-Man, Bad Boys for Life, always a great one, and The Informer, got Scoob.
Yep, Scoob, which is a Scooby-Doo remake. It's a animated movie there, and they've redid it. And actually, I've seen it before, and it's been it's awesome that they did that. Number one, to bring back once again another generation coming into the enjoyment of the Scooby episodes, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And it's an awesome movie. Yeah.
So then when people come in, let's say they bring a multitude of individuals, right, an entire family or a good group of people, how do you guys end up doing a charge? Is it based on vehicle, based on people? What's that look like?
Sure, absolutely. So the nice thing about us is we charge per car. So whether you have 2 people in the car or 10 people in the car, it's all one charge. Generally, we have two different ticket levels. Which one is the general admission, which is $22. That generally gets you, basically, it's a kind of a first come, first serve as far as for parking basis. And that gets you in, like I said, whether it's 2 people or 10 people in the car. And then we also have a VIP option, which is $30, and that gets you premium parking, depending on if you're parking frontward or backwards. and it also gets you a free popcorn as well.
That's amazing. So if I have a group of like 5 people, this becomes a really inexpensive movie experience.
Exactly. And that's a lot of what we go for is, the people who like to, that have big families and they're looking for affordable options, or even just a group of friends that are looking for affordable options. You can easily get in there, for whatever, $5, $6 a person, and you get to watch a full movie. You can grab some snacks. Our snacks are definitely, we're not, movie theater prices, or whatnot, $18 for popcorn or anything. Not throwing any stones,
That's the world we live in.
Yeah, that's just the world we live in, correct. So we're just trying to make something that's affordable, that's fun, for friends as well as for families, whether that's one, family of a couple and one kid, or a family of a couple and 5 kids. We just want to make sure that everybody has the opportunity to have a really good time at our theater.
This is amazing. So this takes me back to the old college days when I saw a movie theater, and that's the beauty of it. I remember we like typical college students came in late, so we got the worst parking, but we brought blankets, so we just lay them down. We watched it. It was just a wonderful, wonderful experience. So how can folks get a hold of it and see what movies are coming out and see if they can kind of book it?
Sure, absolutely. So one thing, we have a website. It's movienighthhouston.com, which is just spelled like it sounds. So movienighthhouston.com, and that is night, N-I-G-H-T.
Okay.
Absolutely. And then we also do have our phone number there. Our phone number has information as far as for the location, as well as it does reiterate to our website there. And also, when you do dial the number, it does also send you a text that gives you the website as well.
Oh, wow. Okay. So then if you have a smartphone, then you can just click on the link
Correct.
and pull it right up there.
Yep.
So then would you encourage people, just because I'm sure that there's limited amount of vehicles that can park in for one movie, is it best to kind of book this ahead of time versus just showing up and hoping to get in?
Correct. Yeah, especially for if you're looking for the VIP tickets, I would definitely recommend booking prior to, because those do get sold out very, very, very quickly, just because we only have limited space for the VIP. And definitely for the general admission as well, just to make sure that you don't want to, especially when you're some we do get some audience members from Katy, from Webster, from Humble, and a little further out, where you don't want to get there and find out that the show's sold out.
Yeah, or worse yet, that you have even worse parking than you anticipated.
Yeah, correct. Yeah.
So now your experience isn't as good. So for those that are viewing, you can see that Jonathan pulled up a pin on the Google Maps of where it is in kind of the slightly northeast part of Houston.
Correct.
But kind of tell people where's that at if they're familiar kind of with Houston, where's kind of what they can navigate to it.
Sure. So northeast, it's northeast Houston. Like I said, as far as for 59. Now, a lot of people, they always ask me, hey, where is East Mount Houston? Where is East Mount Houston? I always tell them, hey, it's either two exits north of Little York, which seems to be the kind of staple intersection that everybody knows, and then also 2 exits. I want to say 2 exits south of the Beltway there. But once you take East Mount Houston, you're going to run into a road called Suburban Road, and we're just 1 block south of that.
Okay. Now, right now, you can kind of tell right now it's raining outside, but concerns all the time with drive-in theaters of mosquitoes, especially when we think about the summertime.
Sure.
What are you guys doing to combat and making sure that it's a good experience? Hopefully, can't be completely avoid of mosquitoes and whatnot.
Sure. The best thing, and we always inform our guests, hey, you do want to bring insect repellent. Okay. We do actually, for every person who books their ticket early, we do send them an email that says, hey, look, these are the good things to bring, pillows, blankets, and one of the big things on there is mosquito repellent. We constantly, spray that whole the whole drive-in area. We just we basically we make sure that our mosquito treatment is well over up to par, but at the same time, there's no stopping them.
There isn't. Especially if anyone that's familiar with Houston weather this next week, it's basically rainy / sunny, then rainy.
Correct. Yes. Absolutely.
So which is basically a recipe for mosquito increase.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's awesome. So what are some of the things that you would put in that email that people can be aware of, right? So if someone's listening from the Beaumont area and they want to come down here, take the family, have a good experience, what some of the things, blankets, pillows, mosquito repellent, anything else that they should be anticipating and ready for?
Correct. So yeah, I would definitely recommend, like you said, blankets and pillows. Some people do dress very comfortably, which I would definitely recommend. Some people even rock, pajamas, which is awesome. Also, if you did want to set up outside your area, you definitely can, as long as you're not bothering any cars that are next to you. So if you wanted to bring any chairs, you can definitely bring those. Sometimes if you are sitting outside of your car, I definitely would recommend with your radio either having it where you could turn it up. We do have a limited supply as far as for audible hand radios.
Okay.
However, if you did want a little more sound or whatnot, then you can definitely bring your own radio. As long as it's tuned onto the station, if you're playing different music, then that's a thing. But yeah, definitely that. You definitely want to bring. We do have snacks as far as for the concessions. So we do have that. If we do sell drinks by just because of the fact that it's a pandemic, we do sell the actual bottles.
Okay.
They're plastic, but they're bottles. So if you have kids, you can definitely bring cups to pour. Because obviously some kids don't drink a whole soda, and then next thing you know, the whole soda goes to waste because they decided to
just
leave some of them inside inside the bottle. But definitely bring yourselves and get ready to have a good time, because it's an awesome experience.
So the question really to ask yourselves is, which car should we be taking, right? Is it the one with the new Bose system? You can really maximize the viewing experience by bringing the right vehicle, the right sound, the right surround sound.
Absolutely. Yes,
this is amazing. So what I have to know the why of this. Why did you decide, of all the things to start in the greater Houston area, drive-in theater?
Sure. So originally, me and my partner of mine, we had some land over there in Northeast Houston, and we said, man, that area there is so underserved when it comes down to entertainment, when it comes down to family oriented events or event space or so on and so forth. So we said, what can we do with this land? And because of the fact that we were in the pandemic, we said, well, people are going to be social distancing, or they want to social distance. They want to be safe, but at the same time, they want to have a good time. So he said, okay, well, what can we do? And after much shooting back and forth of, crazy ideas, we say, you know what? Let's go ahead and open up a drive-in movie theater. We both love movies, and we both love, being able to provide stuff to not only just the community in general, but also to youth, to people who are just really looking to have a good time. So
this is amazing. And so for anyone that's familiar, I'm a father of 5 kids. And so when we go to the movie theater, basically minimum is $10 a ticket, right? So I know between my wife and I, we're already dropping, just to be able to watch the movie, $70. And when you go to the movie theater, kind of my opinion is you can't watch a movie without popcorn.
Yeah.
And so you got to spend, I think, $20 for a large popcorn, right? Because, but I have a gaggle of children, so that means we need at least 2 of those. So next thing you know, for us, it really is a debate. Do we buy groceries for $120, $130, or do we have a movie experience? And it really becomes that kind of debate. And so this is a great affordable way. And I saw some of the movies that you're offering. This is a great way for someone to be able to have either a wonderful date night, either with themselves or as a group. I think of kind of a youth or young 20-some-year-olds. And then at the same time, I think this is great for families.
Correct. Yep.
And again, so remind folks that are listening on the radio or the podcast, what's that website again that they can check out these upcoming movies? So
the website, it's movienighthhouston.com, and that's movie, MOVIE, NIGHTHOUSTON.com. Yep.
And then phone number you mentioned as well, that if you have a smartphone, you can enable and actually click on the link straight to the website. What's that phone number they can call as well and listen?
Sure. It's 832-990-7505. And just as a side note, we also do quite a few private events as well. Private/public events, whether it's you have a business and you're looking to do possibly like a client meeting or a client event, then we not only give you a date, as well as we could also allow you to pick the show that you'd like to play for your group, as well as we also do a lot of fundraising opportunities as well. We do work with a lot of groups around the community to do basically, hey, we're gonna have an event. We're gonna bring a bunch of kids and their families, and we're basically we would like a certain amount of proceeds to go towards, the group or whatnot that we have going. So that's something that we're constantly doing, and we're definitely open to more.
So that's a really good point to put out there, Alton. How can people then get in touch with you about maybe an opportunity? It's more of a kind of business, maybe not necessarily a treat, but just a social event, right? Where we're kind of spending all this time on Zoom, but let's get together and maybe do something social. Or if any nonprofits that are listening, any charitable organizations that want to be able to partner up with Movie Night Houston, how can they get in touch with you?
Sure, absolutely. The easiest way, I would say honestly, is dialing the same number, that 832-990-7505. And if you hit option 0, it actually goes directly to us, and we can talk about those business events and stuff like that. I'm constantly working with realtors. We have, I should say realtors and brokers. We are working with Dads Group of Houston right now, which is a huge group of course, dads that are constantly looking to bring family events together, as well as Houston Mets, which is actually a basketball organization around town. But basically, we try and work with groups in the community that are doing positive things, and we'd love to have them out.
That's awesome. It makes me think about a lot of those nonprofit charitable organizations that are looking at doing a thank you to their volunteers.
Correct.
But because of COVID-19 and social distancing and finding the right space and capacity issues, being able to do that in a safe manner has been difficult. And this is a great way to be able to do it, because people, if they feel unsafe kind of mingling in a crowd, they can mingle in their car. And so they're still being able to be a part of that camaraderie of the organization or the nonprofit and really partner up. So that's wonderful. Again, folks, if you want to reach out to movienighthhouston.com or you want to reach out to Alton himself, that phone number again is 832-990-7505. Final thoughts, Alton, before we break?
Absolutely. It's a pleasure to be on the show. I've heard nothing but awesome things from you, and I appreciate you having me.
Well, thank you so much for sharing your story. Thanks for all the good things that you're doing here and providing a really well-priced family and business activity. I think this is wonderful.
Absolutely. Thank you.
All right, folks. Well, thanks again for listening. Thanks again for Juan of Now Media chiming in. Super excited for all the expansion that's occurring right now. Again, we want to welcome all those viewers, listeners that are joining us wherever. But we also have Beaumont on television. We have radio in Chicago on 102.9. We're also then on television here in Houston and also Georgia, Atlanta. And so we're excited for the upcoming St. Charles, Lake Charles. Sorry, St. Charles was playing Monopoly the other night. Lake Charles, Louisiana, coming on, and also you can. We're going to be coming out here at the end of the month. Our app of Now Media, and so really excited about that. This is Sherman from Mutual of Omaha. Have a fantastic day, everybody.
Absolutely, thank you.